Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Brains, and in today's video I'll be breaking down exactly how I approach the markets on entry refinements, how I refine my entries using liquidity, market structure and high probability trade setup. If you are serious about improving your entries, managing your risks and becoming a consistently profitable trader, you are in the right place. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's get straight into it. So, first of all, many traders find great setups on the 4-hour time frame, but they leave a lot of money on the table by entering too early. By refining your entries on the M15 time frame, you can dramatically improve your risk to reward, reduce your stop loss, and maximize your profits without changing your targets. I'll show you how to identify your 4-hour point of interest, your 4-hour POIs, what confirmation to look for on the M15, and how to execute with precision. So the same 5-hour setup can potentially become a 10-hour trades or more. So basically, I've already made a video explaining this, but somehow my mic wasn't working. So this is a redo. So let me quickly explain. Now, on the daily time frame, I use just 4 time frames to trade. I use the daily, the 4-hour, the 15 minutes, and the M5. The daily and the 4-hour are my higher time frame, while the M15 is my medium time frame and the M5 is my 5 minutes time frame. My 5 minute time frame. So on the daily time frame, right, you can see that. Let me put this on full screen, right? On the 4-hour time frame, on the daily time frame, right, we can see that after this break of structure, right, price created another inducement, also known as a strong liquidity, right? Strong inducement. Price came back down and it gave a change of character. It's made a change of character. That change of character is simply telling us that price is about to start buying. Price wants to start buying. I've marked out the daily demand and I've marked out the 4-hour demand inside the daily demand. The 4-hour demand, the 4-hour POI is nested inside the daily POIs. Same goes for the M15. I don't think I've marked the M15, but let's get back to the base of it. So this is the daily POI. Now, what does that tell you? It's telling you that price can either reverse from here, price can come back down here, either come back down here or start buying from here, right? Can either start buying from here or it continue buying from here, and the next target is going to be in the next daily demand. For me, what I target is the next daily demand. I don't know for you guys, but for me, I basically target the next 4-hour POI or 4-hour imbalance or internal range liquidity. So let me quickly explain something by using this RR now to show you guys something. So this is a daily okay. So we want to take this trade now on the daily time frame after that daily break of structure. This is a daily fractal structure, right? So we want to take this trade now. We'll be having just 0.7 RR. No, that is not profitable. That is not profitable. But let's jump down to the 4-hour time frame. You see, I'm going to show you how to refine your entries. So this is the 4-hour time frame, right? This is the 4-hour time frame. So the 4-hour time frame, you saw that big entry we had on the daily time frame. It's not going to be the same. Now for the 4-hour time frame, we have two POIs. We have two POIs on the 4-hour time frame. We can either have price reverse from here. You can either have price reverse from here, start buying from here, or start buying from here, and our target is going to be the next 4-hour demand, the next 4-hour POI, right? The next 4-hour POI. Now I can give you reasons why I won't be buying from here. Number one, this POI here, this particular POI, it doesn't have inducement. This particular particular 4-hour POI, it does not have inducement. It's just a naked POI. Why this POI, it has inducement? This particular POI now is acting as inducement for this 4-hour POI. It is acting as inducement for this 4-hour POI, right? So let me quickly place a buy entry on this. This is simply giving us a, this is giving us, let me make it a 5RR because I'm a 5RR trader. Now, I'm going to make it consistently the way I trade live. The next 4-hour demand. So let's place an entry here. Okay, I think I'm supposed to. Let's place an entry before jumping down to the M15 time frame. It is loading. Okay, weeks 1%, weeks 1%. So I've placed my 4-hour pure entry. I've placed my 4-hour entry. Yes. Let me quickly visibility on interval current. No, this is supposed to current interval only. So let's jump down to the M15 time frame to see how we can, right, maximize our RR. Now on the 4-hour time frame, it's showing us a 4.775 RR, right? But let's see what the M15 gives us. The M15 time frame. So the M15 time frame, right? For the M15 time frame, we have two POIs, right? We'll be looking at, which is the POIs, the M15 POIs nested inside the 4-hour POI. The M15 POI is nested inside the 4-hour POI, which are these two, which are these two. Which are these two POIs, right? So as I was saying, now we can either look for buy here or we buy from this POI. We either buy from this POI or we buy from this POI. Now the reason for buying from this POI is very valid. This POI has inducement. It has inducement. It has inducement, right? This is inducement. I love making mine straight. It's supposed to be like this, but I love making mine straight. So this is inducement. But this POI now, it doesn't have inducement. This is where you have to wait for let me say a bit of inducement, a bit of liquidity, a bit of liquidity. So let's look for a sell down to the buy POI. Let's look for a sell down to the buy POI. So using, okay. So for a sell, want to see a candle body close here. Want to see a candle body close here, which is this. I would like to see a candle body close there. Okay, let me just, that is a candle body close. So this is M15. This M15. This, so you place your entry, your orders, and you put your target 5RR. You either make your target 5RR or you put it on top the next 4-hour demand or supply, the next 4-hour POI. Right? Since we want to look for buy from this POI, now I'm selling down to this POI. This is actually a very risky entry. This is actually a very risky entry. We want to take a counter trade. We are taking a counter trade now. So okay, it has been placed. Let me just leave it this way. Let me leave it this way. Now, this trade is becoming risky. You know why? Because price has mitigated an M15 POI. It has mitigated an M15 POI. That is basically telling us that this POI now, this high now, it might go. This high might be ready to go. But you can still take your trade since you want to look for buy from here. You can still take your trade. But I'm not advising you to do this. I'm not advising you to do this. The thing I'm supposed to advise you to do, the thing that is what you are supposed to do is just place your alert. You should add your alert somewhere here. And when price is coming down to the level, you jump into your time frame and you wait to see a bit of liquidity on this PI. Let me quickly add my part so I'll be able to add. Okay, this is it. So we are either looking for buy. Remember, we are looking for buys from either of this POI, right? Or this POI or this POI. I want to quickly set this thing. Okay, let's take ourselves down to the POI. It's been triggered. Okay, you see what I was telling you? You see what I was telling you, right? You see how price came, and I think this should be a new week open. This is Sunday, Friday, right? This is Sunday. This is new week open. This is new week open. Now, what I was expecting from this PI, from this structure was that is either price was going to come here, make a bit of liquidity, maybe equal lows or a break or structure, fake break, and start buying. But price just came, new week open, right? Doing its thing. This PI now is gone. This PI is a dead PI. I don't think it's not needed anymore. Now you can see that the inducement is still here. The inducement is still here, and the 4-hour entry has been triggered. This is the 4-hour entry that has been triggered. So you can either buy from here. Let's do this. Let's buy from here. But I want to take a confirmation entry. Let's buy from here. You see, the M15 is giving us an 8.8 RR, right? It's giving us an 8.8 RR. Let's take this buy and we take a confirmation entry. Okay. So this is our confirmation entry. This is a very strong confirmation entry. This is a very strong confirmation entry. Let's see. Why is it a strong confirmation entry? Because price came, it mitigated higher time frame, and it's also mitigated medium time frame. It's also mitigated medium time frame. Now you can take this trade, right? Something I do on the live market is this. If I have something like this, if I always have something like this, a trade like this, what I normally do is this. I normally like place my trade. After placing my trade, the new entry stop loss, I'm going to use it for the trade. That way, I'm not losing much. I'm not losing much. Okay. That is how I set my break even. So let's continue. I think that is a missed entry. That is a missed entry. Okay, we have this break of structure now. Now that is telling us that this PI now is high probability. It's showing us signs that this PI is a high probability. This is acting as inducement. This is acting as an inducement, right? It is acting as an inducement. Okay, so it has been swept. The inducement has been swept. Let's see if we get triggered. Inducement has been swept, and I think that is a missed entry. Okay, missed entry. So this is a missed entry, but price can still come back down. Price can still come back down, but I doubt. I doubt price is going to come back down. Right? I've already. It's not as if I doubt price is going to come back down because of this number one sweep of liquidity, sweep of strong liquidity. This is basically a strong confirmation entry. This is another strong confirmation entry. So if this POI should fail, that is to say we are going to get an entry from here. So let's remove this. Let's use this one instead. I'm putting our targets. You see how we are refining the entries, right? See how we are refining the entries. Now this trade is giving us an 11 RR. See where we are buying from. See where we are buying from. Look at our order block. Look at our POI. See how small it is. See how little it is, right? And it's giving us 11 RR, right? Okay, so we still have this POI here. And our target are still on the same place. Our target are still on the same place. Just thinking. There's still another confirmation entry, but we already have three running trades. We already have three running trades. If you want to take any of this, just do this instead. Now the running trades, if they were to hit BE, we would be in profit because we are using this entry stop loss now. The current entry stop loss for all entries. We will be in profit. We'll still be in profit. That is to say, you can still take a confirmation entry, but this is the max profit. This is the max like entry I can take on a day in a day. Is the max entry I can take in a day, which is three. One, is it three? One, two, three. Which is three. The max entries I can take in a day. For that is my trade plan. Though you can take another entries from here. There's an entry here. There's an entry here, which is this. But I'm not going to be talking about that. Price can still come back there. Let's continue buying. Okay, same targets. So we are looking at the same targets. Okay, you've seen how we refine the entries. Let's go back to the 4 hour time frame, right? You see how we refine the entries on the 4 hour time frame. The first entry we got was on the 4 hour time frame. Which was a 4.75 RR. Then we jumped down to the M15 time frame. We looked for a sell, which is a 5 RR. We look for a sell. The sell is not. I don't need to explain the sales because we are only talking about buy. We are talking about the buy. How to refine the buy POI, but you can still use this strategy for any set trade you have. You can still use this strategy for any set trade you have. So on the 4 hour, we have the 4.75 RR, right? Then on the M15, we took the risky entry. The risky entry gave us a 8 point. It gave us an 8.86 RR. Wanted to take a confirmation entry down here, but it got a missed entry. It was a missed entry. Then we got another higher probability confirmation, a break of structure. After a break of structure, a sweep of strong liquidity, then another break of structure. So the last entry, it gave us an 11.1 RR, an 11.1 RR. You see how we refined the entries from the 4-hour, which gave us a 4.75 RR, down to the M15, for 8.86 RR and 11.1 RR. 11.1 RR, and the same target, all the targets was the same place, it was at the same position. We refined the entries from the 4-hour down to the M15, if we were to jump down to the M5, I'm sure we are going to get another entry. We are going to like get a tighter entry. We are going to get a tighter entry. So that is the end for this video. If you learned something new, please like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.